Righty. Yay, good evening, good evening. Of course, it is Wednesday again. Doesn't it seem like it was just Wednesday yesterday? My goodness, we were just here. Well, I'm Dr. Sheila. For those of you that don't know who I am, founder of the Wow Wellness with Solex group, and we love to get together every single week to talk about Solex and our foundation product of AO scan technology, revolutionary bioresonance and frequency. We're talking about information technology where we actually get to find out what's going on with our body. There's not a diagnostic type of testing anywhere that can give us the kind of information that our AO scan can give us. And so that gives us a power way beyond diagnostics because we don't need a diagnostic. We need information, right? The information is what unravels the mysteries. And we get clues and information about what our body actually needs so that it can self repair, as well as custom optimization every time you run a scan, giving your cells the exact frequencies that they need to self correct. Our bodies were created to self heal, and that is why we do what we do. So, I would love to open this up and ask if anyone has anything to share with us about the AO scan experiences for yourself or people you've used it with, or anything else that Solex has, because Solex's mission is to empower every single household and clinic with the most advanced wellness technology and resources. And we do have the very best and the most affordable. So, Shalou from Canada is here tonight to help me host this call. And I'm so grateful for Shalou. She is a powerhouse with sharing our technologies and helping other people bring healing to their own bodies. So, Shalou, thank you so much for helping me tonight. Do you have anything to say opening us up?
I'm just going to take my camera off so you can hear me. Thank you, Dr. Sheila. Honest to God, like I am so grateful for having literally stumbled upon this, even it's just been such a whirlwind. And yourself and Marianne have been such instrumental tools in helping me build my business. Like you guys are amazing with all the information that you share. And you just make it so much easier for me to just copy you guys and go, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So thank you for that. It has been literally life changing. I cannot believe how many people we can just impact, put their minds at ease. Just today, I had that happen with a family member that ended up in Emerge, and they're calling me from Emerge going, can you tell me what's going on with me? You know, and so I ran their scans, I sent it to them, and they're like, okay, I need some help with understanding this. So I'm like, sure, no problem. And, sort of went through and we could see where the issues were. Now, he's suffered from vertigo for many years, and it blew him away that he could see, the areas as to, well, and I'm like, yeah, that's been going on a long time because that's like down to a one, buddy, like, and here, look at these are the parts of the ear that are got blockages. So it was beautiful because he literally left Emerge to come over here. And after doing some of my other therapies, I stuck him under the rain. And that same ear that was 45% from ideal, when I did the scan after, was 25% from ideal. And I
Wow.
didn't do the other therapy on him near his ear at
Gosh,
all.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So, it was just amazing. So I mean, he had his first one, and then after he left, I just ran his scans again and sent it to him so he can see the shift that the treatments did. But he was sitting under the rain going, my father used to do something like this, sit with holding on to some metal rods and there was an electrical light bulb or something. And he goes, was that similar? And I'm like, well, it sounds like you're trying to get the ions in you. So yeah, maybe it was. But I said, this is a way easier way. You just sit there and enjoy. And what a blessing to
Yeah.
be able to just help anyone really, but especially like it just hits closer to home when it's your family and you love them and you just want them to be feeling and doing better. So I am just so grateful to Solex and this whole journey, even with my pet. like, I don't know, the full moon or what. I came down and my dog's belly was making some real gurgling sounds. And I'm like, oh, we got to do something. And I put the red light AO pep band and she loves it. She literally smiles when I pull it out. And she just sat there enjoying the treatment. And guess what? All the gurgling stopped.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
yeah. Yeah. So pretty cool. And I mean, I'm going to be quiet now because I want to hear from you guys. And I know Annie's got a story to share. So I'm going to kind of throw it to her.
Gotta unmute yourself, Annie. Thank you, Shalu. That's amazing.
Hi, everyone. So glad to be here. I do have some exciting news. So some of you may know that I have been having eye problems. I had put it off for 3 years of getting the injections because I didn't want to do that, but I didn't want to get blind either. So I went ahead, started doing the injections. So I went last week. I think it was my 4th visit. And for the whole month of, no, wait a minute, I want to backtrack. So they do the routine that they do. So now I'm in his office and he's got a picture of my eyes on the screen of my bad eye. The bottom is the one from last time visit. And the top was this visit. And he says, well, what the heck's going on? And I'm sitting in my chair. And of course I had drops in my eyes. I couldn't see so well anyway. And he says, yeah, what have you been doing? And I says, why? What's the matter? Because you don't know, whatever. So he says, well, it's better. He says, see that little dip? Like, because it was swollen. But this time when I went, it was.
Oh, Annie, sorry. Unmute. No,
How did that happen?
it was me. I was an accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. So he said the middle part there, that's the way it should be all the time. So all this is inflammation. And I says, well, that was my bad eye. And I says, well, what's the percentage of improvement just from last visit to this visit? He says, oh, 50%. And my bad eye was, instead of 20/20, it was 2100. So that's how bad it was. And I says, oh. And I says, okay, so from the first visit when I first started with you till now, what is it? He says 200% improvement. So he's going on saying, well, the idea is to get the injections longer and longer apart. So I was just thrilled. I could hardly wait to get, I'm excited about getting my next visit. Because since the 1st of October, I started doing the red light therapy with this thing in here, like this, with the tube, and this, right? So I've been doing 2 minutes per eye, first thing in the morning. And I have to be honest, I probably missed about 3 days. So, that's good. Come on, people, that's great. Like, and then I told my sister, and she says, oh, do you think that that's what made it better? I said, no. I know it's what made it better. So, yeah, so I'm thrilled about that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What a
That is
gift.
amazing. And it's so exciting for me to hear you say that because I took an illuminator and a paper towel tube to my dad a few weeks ago. And that is just so exciting to hear somebody get real results. What
Mhm.
was the timing between your visits?
Well, each time I go, it's
Yeah,
lengthily apart. But the last one I went was 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay. So
Well,
in 5 weeks, you had 100% improvement.
No, it was 50%.
50%. Okay. In
It was
5 weeks.
Yes. And from the very beginning, I wanted to know what it was, and that was 200%.
Yeah. And how long ago was it in the very beginning?
Oh, I can't
A year?
remember when no, less than a year.
Oh, less than a year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Plenty less than a year.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you so
And-
much for sharing.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's
I'm
amazing.
thrilled.
Yeah. I am using that, hoping to prevent any eye procedures myself. But I love what Shalu said about the friend or relative that was actually in the emergency. Um, in the emergency, they can't get that information in the ear. And what do they do for people that have vertigo? Nothing. So, I mean, seriously, what a blessing to have a technology that can actually show you what is going on in there and then help you do something about it. What a blessing. Ah, I just can't believe it. And improving vision. I mean, seriously, that's one of the things that the least thing that I would want to lose.
You just reminded me, Sheila, is that so I was going to order the Vision, the new product that we have, and I had a shipment coming and I forgot it. I missed out on it, like to get it at the same time. So we had that contest going on or what have you, and I won a free Vision thing. So that was meant to be.
That was last week, wasn't it?
It was.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
So I'm excited about that too.
See how God works? That's amazing.
It is. It is. God is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's already been shipped to you, Annie. It should be there in the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yes.
That's so awesome. Does anybody else have anything to share with us tonight? Sabrina does. Yay.
Well, it ties in. So I got Vision a Day of Discovery and I gave it to my husband, and he's been taking it pretty faithfully since then. So what was that, mid-September? About 2 weeks ago, he said, I can read print I couldn't read before.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the only difference. There's been nothing, he's done nothing else.
That's
So
amazing.
he and I throw a lot of stuff at him, like everything I get, I throw at him. So some things stick and some things don't, but this, he's doing it faithfully every single day.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And I do the illuminator for myself. I haven't worn my contacts since I got back from Day of Discovery, and I'm doing the illuminator for 2 minutes each eye every day.
Wow.
So
Oh
it
my
works.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Is anybody else using the vision strips? Well,
Yep.
I was the guinea pig for you and found out they can go through the washer perfectly unscathed. They are sealed tight.
I shared that with my husband, Sheila.
Well, I take
'Cause that
energy
would be
strips.
me.
Yeah. I take energy strips to the gym with me in the morning, and I forgot to take it that day, and it ended up in the washing machine. So,
Those
oh,
energy strips are amazing too.
yeah, yeah.
Like when we went on our long distance trip, Lori and I, to Ottawa, it was a long day, and I'd be like, here, pop one of these. And it was amazing. Like, I mean, we got through 12-hour days, no problem.
Yeah, without jitters and shakes and all those other side effects.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I love them. I really wasn't fond of the liquid. I don't know. Maybe I didn't use it right, but it didn't taste great. I love the strips.
It's like a little candy almost, like a fruit roll-up treat.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yep.
I
Hey
think
guys,
next year for Halloween, that's what I'll hand out.
that's a great idea.
Mhm.
We have still got 13 minutes. Do we have any other stories? There's so many cameras off, and I'm just assuming you all are busy and just listening in, but do you have anything to share? Any experiences that really caught your attention? Dr. Keith, are you able to unmute? I'm curious to hear if you have any stories that you have from using with your patients that you work with.
I think Lori was going to share too.
Oh, great.
Hi guys. Yeah, it was more like a bit of an observation, I guess about my own understanding again about how strong and how powerful this tool is. In that, I was working with a couple who have what I've learned since learned have very strong sensitivities to frequency. The one lady is currently dealing with a very extreme bout of shingles and has been for several weeks. And so she had just reached out to me and got talking. And I said, listen, well, we can try a few things. But I had her over and they had them on, I had them under the rain and on the PEMF mat. And anyway, I did a number of things and then sent frequencies on a continuous basis. And the next morning, they were pleading with me to stop whatever it was I was doing.
Wow.
And but I have to say, like again, for me, it was a lesson. I said that to them that I had been on other calls with our group and had heard people speak of having an almost an overload of it. I said for myself, I always run things on a continuous and never really feel impacted negatively by it. So I apologized profusely and immediately scaled everything way back and said, let's just let everything settle for a day. Anyways, the end of the story is good because I did hear from him just this evening saying that they were both doing much better than they had been before the thing, but whatever had happened had really given them a very difficult night. They hadn't slept well and so on. I just think it was overpowering amount of wellness that directed at them at one time. So yeah, it was just sharing the observation in that it's certain people. I feel like I didn't necessarily listen the way I should have because I had an awareness already that they were fairly sensitive to EMFs and so on. Their bodies respond more than the average person. So again, better ears next time, lesson learned as a practitioner and so on, but also a good outcome in the end. It's just in the same way, sometimes when I do body work, I say to the person, sometimes it's going to take 24 to 48 hours before you're going to hate me the first 24 to 48 hours. And then when everything settles and the hornets go back to bed, it'll be great. And it seems to work the same way, I find, with the frequencies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad that you brought that up because um, we can't do harm. There are people who are more sensitive. I'm not one of those. I can broadcast forever and I don't have a problem with it. Some people feel things just much more intensely. And so we do need to be aware of that. But also, just like a healing protocol, like in my clinic, if we're going through a detox protocol, sometimes people don't feel very good for a while because we've just got to get the nasty and we have to go back to the original insult. And it can be really uncomfortable, but we have to push through and they get better on the other side. But with the EMFs or with the frequencies, I agree. We do need to make sure that we're listening or we are aware because I think intuitively we know the people that are a little more sensitive and just be aware of that and maybe do increments with them. So that's really good insight. Thank you, Lori.
Thank
Also water sometimes
Yes.
because the
Yes.
frequencies will detox you. And if you're not flushing those toxins out, like the gentleman that I helped today, like from my family, he came in here going, oh yeah, I just had a bottle of water. And I'm like, okay, so was it like a 16-ounce glass? He goes, oh no, maybe only 300 ml. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, for your body weight, you need a gallon a day, and you haven't even had a liter so far today. And how much coffee do you drink? And he's like, oh, I love my coffee. I'm like, oh, so this is where, maybe your whole vertigo and your
Yeah.
issues in your lower back and your shoulder, like, because wherever the emotion is stuck is where the pain's going to show up. But if you're not flushing those toxins out, well, we're going to do stuff that's going to flush the toxins out, and I don't want a traffic jam. So
Yeah.
drink up, drink up. And I just, as soon as he'd finish a glass, I think he had at least over a liter in the hour and a half that he was here, because I just kept handing him the next glass, and like it wasn't an option to say no.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, you need to do this.
Yeah.
Just
And my analogy of, well, If you go take
Shalou?
a dump in the toilet and there's no water in it, you can flush till the cows come home. Ain't
That's
nothing moving anywhere. And he's like, oh my God, I will never forget that. I'm like,
Uh,
okay, good. So drink your water, you know?
Well, Shalou, I'm going to just quickly, and this will be the end because I don't want to take up all the time with it, but I used your analogy with them. I said specifically that because it draws a picture. And I said, do you get a picture what I'm talking about? And honestly, the whole time that they were here, they just sipped, and they admittedly both said they don't drink enough water. She looks dehydrated. And yet, when the phone call came tonight and he said they were doing it better, I did not have the presence of mind to once again say, don't forget, drink water, drink water. But I know that's one of the issues that we have going on here as well. They are definitely not water drinkers.
Well, that certainly makes a lot of sense because that is one thing that it is easy for us to forget, especially when we're good water drinkers. But it's something I muscle test in my clinic every time someone comes in because I have to find out if they're testable. If they're not testable, we have to find out why. And oftentimes it's dehydration because we are electrical beings. We're like a power plant. A power plant cannot produce electricity without water, and your body can't either. So we can't read things correctly when you're dehydrated. So I'm so glad that that subject came up because that's another thing that can cause people to have problems with frequencies or get inaccurate information because they're dehydrated. The electricity's not flowing like it's supposed to. Please drink water and tell your people to drink water.
And
Thank
that's
you.
what I love about the scanner too, Sheila, is that it'll tell you hydration. And if it's out of range, I'm like, you can't argue this. It's not
Yeah,
me. Look at
right.
it. You say you drink a lot of water, you're still dehydrated. So now we got to find out, do you drink enough water and you're just not absorbing it because you have no minerals?
Right.
And again, the scanner will tell you where
Yeah.
are your minerals at. And so I mean, I love every one of those tests for that because it'll tell you that in your inner voice, it'll tell you increased trace minerals,
Yep.
just from the vibration of your voice. Like, I mean, this is fantastic
I know.
information that we get. So, and it's bang on. So,
And they can't lie to the scanner. They can't say, yeah, I drink a lot of water because the scanner's going to say, no, you don't.
yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. We still have 5 minutes left, guys. Does anybody have anything to share with us? And I love the rain testimonies. Oh my gosh, if that is not one of the most powerful pieces of technology, it's amazing. Dr. Keith, I see you're unmuted.
Yes, how you doing, Sheila, Dr. Sheila?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, I have a brief one. I've intended to tell this a while back, but this happened maybe, I guess, about 6 months ago. My wife called me and she said I don't know why she did this, but she stood up on a chair to try and get something and she slipped and fell. And she mainly fell on I think her left arm, and she said that it was swelling and she was in some pain, and so she'd asked me could I stop by and get a sling because her arm was really hurting. So I was out. So what I did was I went to the scanner, told her to send me her voice. I went to the scanner, I ran her, and I went over to uh, what's it called on the planetary frequencies,
Excellent.
and
AO10s.
yes, and I went to Flower of Life, alleviate pain and relax muscle. And I basically went and throughout the day while I was at work. Throughout the day, I just continued to send her that frequency. And I didn't hear back from her anymore. So I thought, is she okay? So when I got home, she had no pain at all. All of
Oh
the
my gosh.
swelling, pain, everything was gone.
Oh my
And
gosh.
uh,
Amazing.
so it was pretty significant. She had a lot of pain at first. She had some swelling at first, and it was almost like it never even happened.
Wow. Those tuning fork frequencies are powerful. I use tuning forks in my clinic. And when Lauren told me that we were going to bring them in the scanner, I was over the moon because I don't take them with me. They're heavy and there's a lot of them. And now they're all in the scanner. They're so powerful. If you're not using AO Tunes, do yourself a favor every day. Go in there. And I think you can scan to find out which one you might need right now. Try it. They're powerful. Dr. Keith, that is amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Oh my gosh. I love AO Tunes. Okay, well, we've still got 3 minutes. Anybody else have a story? Come on, don't be shy. Lori Sylvester, yes.
Well, I just wanted to share that yesterday I was really, really excited. My little 7-year-old granddaughter, she got up and her shoulders had been hurting. And so she said, Nana, do you have a red light we can put on my shoulders? And I said, yes. I said, we'll do, because I have the mask and the neck piece. I said, we might just have to do, one at a time. But then I'm like, no, we can do them both. So I strapped the mask on one side and the neck piece on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
And when she was done, I asked her, does it feel better? And she's like, yeah, a little bit. And then went
Oh,
off. So it was just really exciting that they'd come to me and ask.
yes. Isn't that great that we're getting to set this example for our grandchildren? Most of us have grandchildren here, and those of you that still have kids, hopefully they're receptive and listening. My kids, they're like, "Oh, I have this thing going on." I'm like, "Did you get your terahertz wand?" Oh, no, I forgot, because they all have one. Or did you get your 660 band? They all have one of those too. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Making an impression. These younger ones, especially when they get to experience these things, they're hooked.
Well, and I'd much rather train them to ask for my oils or my red light
Yep,
rather than a over the counter like a Tylenol or ibuprofen or something. So
absolutely.
they're kind of getting and they're seeing that it helps,
Yeah.
that it works.
Yeah. Yep. That's amazing. Yep. My grandbabies all have their own roller bottles. They know how to use them if they have this thing going on or that thing going on. They know how to run the scanner. That's amazing. That we are empowering these people, right? That's what we're doing, empowering them. Because when we're dependent on that other system, oh, we don't have a lot of power, do we? Well, this has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I look forward to this call every single week. Even when I'd rather be outside sometimes, I cannot miss these stories in your faces. So thank you because I know this is a sacrifice for you too. We all have busy lives. We've got lots of stuff going on, but this is so important because, we learn from each other. And we also have this YouTube channel that all these calls go out there, hoping that we're reaching people in the world that are looking for what we have because they are looking for solutions and we have them. So, thank you so much. I love you so much. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And let's go see what Solex has to say tonight. Good night, everyone.
Good
Hi, guys.
night.
Thank you.